So in this lecture series, we talked about different types of event procedures, the function, the subroutine event procedure, the general subroutine procedure, and also the function procedure. Now, the last topic in this chapter is the timer control, and we're basically switching gears here. We're talking about a certain object which we can implement to do cool stuff, and you might use it in your projects if you're having like a game type project where you want something to happen at a regular interval. So then you use timer controls. So basically it processes a bunch of codes at one or more fixed intervals. So let's say you want something to happen every 100 milliseconds. So that's your interval property. um, like after how much time you want the event to repeat, and the interval property basically raises a tick event, which basically tells the program to run again. And so the way this control works is similar to how you click and drag the font dialog or the color dialog box. It does not actually go into the form, like you cannot see it on the form. Rather, it's placed into the component tray, is generally displayed below the form. So, and I mean, again, this is the area in the program where it shows all the controls that do not appear in the user interface while it's running. And to actually make it work, or have the timer running, it has a enable property, so that you want to enable it or not. So if it's true, then the timer will run. So here's a, I guess, cool example of how to make use of this. So if you want to see a car racing along your programming application, you can just use a picture of a race car and use a timer control to make it look like the car is actually running from one side to another, from the left of this program to the finish line. And how do you do it? Uses a timer. So you have a timer called car timer. Its enable property true and a time interval of 500 milliseconds. So uh, the block of code associated with the timer um, repeats itself after 500 milliseconds, which is just half a second. So, and the code for that is given at the bottom right. It handles the car timer.tick event, which is set to 500 milliseconds. So what that does is, if the car picture box dot left is less than 950, meaning that if the I guess the position of the car picture box is it's in this it's in is the value basically indicates the position of the car picture box. So if it's less than line 50, keep increasing it by 10. So it's shifting by 10 units um, to the right every time this program happens. So, and 950 is, I guess, the position of the finish line. So every time the tick event happens, the timer basically shifts the car picture box to the right by a small amount. And once that happens, if once it exceeds 950, then the car timer is enabled is false, so the timer stops, and there's a message box which shows you race over, and the race is basically over. I guess here the car picture box at left is just a indication of how far away it's from the left of this program right here. So I mean, you can have pictures running around here and there, and nice little fancy um, I guess animations using this timer control. And that's about it about the timer control. You can have fun with it if you like.